China and Tibet, the reincarnation issue. That's been something that's gotten a lot of attention recently. What are what's the trajectory that you see there? I mean, do you see any? Do you find that there's more adamance on the part of Beijing, perhaps, to try to force a reincarnation process for the next Dalai Lama? How is the U.S. reacting to that? Do you find is there a stance that the U.S. has ahead of whenever the reincarnation issue comes to?
The whereabouts of the Panchen Lama remain unknown since his 1995 abduction by PRC authorities, and actually May 17th will mark the 27th anniversary of his disappearance. And we are concerned that the PRC continues to deny members of the Tibetan community access to the Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama designated Panchen Lama the second most revered figure in Tibetan Buddhism, and instead continues to promote a state-selected proxy. So we would urge the PRC authorities to account for the Panchen Lama's whereabouts and well-being immediately, and to allow him to fully exercise his human rights and fundamental freedoms in line with the PRC's international commitment. I actually had a chance to attend an event here in Washington a couple of months ago commemorating the disappearance of the Panchen Lama, and at that time as well worked with some of our civil society partners to urge China to end their interference in this succession.
There's many religious peoples are in prison in China and North Korea right now. How is the United States getting involved in North Korea and China, and where there is no religion and oppression of religious peoples?
Yeah. Well, China continues to be one of the worst abusers of religious freedom in the world. They've engaged in genocide and crimes against humanity, against the Uyghurs. They also continue their repressions I spoke about of Tibetan Buddhists, but also Protestants, Catholics, Falun Gong, Uyghur Muslims. We've taken a number of steps. China's been designated as a CPC since 1999. I alluded to the genocide determination. Congress passed and the president signed the Uyghur Forced Labor Act. As you recall, we decided not to send any diplomatic representation to the Olympics. We've implemented a series of financial sanctions, a number of visa restrictions as well. And with regard to North Korea, we note there that the government continues to execute, torture, arrest, and abuse individuals that are engaged in religious activity. And there's tens of thousands of political prisoners that are being held because of their religious beliefs, which are highlighted in our report. And I'd urge you to take a look at that. And we're continuing to work with the international community to respond to what North Korea is doing as well.
There was the arrest of the cardinal in Hong Kong in mid-May. Are there concerns that forms of Chinese religious intolerance are going to be exported to Hong Kong in the future? Do you foresee, for example, greater control over Hong Kong religious institutions in the near future?
We did express in a statement our concerns about the arrest, and we condemn it. And we are concerned, I would say more broadly, about transnational repression. So the efforts to which China is going to repress religious minorities, not just in their country, but minority groups that are elsewhere. And we've seen that with the Uyghurs, we've seen that with other communities as well. So yes, it continues to be a concern and something that our office is watching very closely.